It's like the more we resist change, the further away we are from who we are becoming. This is all about perspective, Taurus, or this is happening in Taurus season. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm eccentric RockStar'Seed. I feel like saying I'll always be eccentric RockStar'Seed before because of what it represents. So anybody who resonates with the eccentric, the rock star, or the star seed part of it is befitting, is welcome. Even if you don't, you can still listen. It's probably a message here for you. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Someone's being defensive with you. That sounds really defensive in my humble opinion. To feel like you have to say that. But it's like a set the record straight. Be very clear. And so you can take from it what you will. I'm not responsible for how you understand what I have to say or why I am addressing myself that way. Or why this could be you. So there's the whole theme of it is use discernment. Use discernment. You're using discernment and you need to use discernment. If you're trying to give somebody empathy and compassion, don't use discernment. And you gotta trust the seasons. Because it's time to embrace change. It's time for the cycles of life and the transition to growth. It's time to clean your house. It's time to do a little bit more. We're not doing spring cleaning. We're gonna propel past that. We did the spring cleaning and we found some mold. So some molars in your group. Someone needs their molars taken out. Summer. We're doing summer cleaning. It just felt like our disconnection from who we are and the different seasons that lead us to believe that we should be in full bloom all year round. Why is somebody holding you to fictitious standards? Is what this seemed like. Why is somebody holding you like you're not an iRobot? You haven't lost your humanity and people are jealous because you set boundaries. So what it sounds like is somebody cannot energy harvest from you. You took a different route. You just started over. You just took a different route. I don't even know if it's an official start over, but you took a different route. And feathers are significant. So maybe you're in a space of relaxing or meditating or do something simple in order to set your subconscious mind free. And that's what pissed the happy meal off for somebody else. So they were only happy because the meal was your energy and they were feasting off of it. So be conscious of how your inner wisdom arises. That's how you set your subconscious mind free. That's how you was able to use that kind of discernment. You need to learn how to read all kinds of information on your journey towards your dreams. That could be what I'm teaching you. It's teaching you how to read the room without no words on a piece of paper. Pay attention. Not just your thoughts or assumptions or your rational mind. Somebody relies only on their ego. So there's been an ego death where there's about to be an ego death. Ego death. And I see this Five of Wands. I see chaos. I see somebody talking shit and wondering why they're not getting no results. They're their own demise. I see all kinds of bongs and pipes and things. I see a drug addict. I'm gonna be honest with the way these candles look. Five of Wands. Somebody made a decision being an empty vessel. This isn't me disregarding or downplaying anybody who suffers from addiction. I do see a drug addict though, just by the way these containers look that's holding a candle. So somebody is internalizing chaos or something that is chaotic. Maybe somebody wants to stop a drug addiction and somebody needs to stop looking at people who struggle through drug addiction or homeless people, stuff like that. People who get into stuff like that. Stop. You don't have to be homeless, but just realize that everything's not going to be on the up and up all year round for the whole time. It's like resisting change. I just feel like somebody was put in a spotlight at a tender age before they can even fathom what was happening. And people they are leading a lifestyle where they're constantly being picked apart. And it's too much. They have no way, they couldn't develop properly, humanely or spiritually. So you got the Seven of Wands here. Somebody's putting them boundaries up. Like, you're a child star, you worth 350 million. So what? And my spirit is weak because it's nothing but jizz attacking it. You a whole child star with a drug problem. Use discernment. This person, somebody has God on their side, because God does protect people. Even when you see them child stars like Brooke Shields was a 10-year-old baby, butt ass naked on the cover of Playboy. That tells you a lot about what they do to them babies. They grooming them people very young, even though she may not be wilding out as she matured and went into motherhood for herself. But it's just the reality that your parents or parental figures or the people who are in charge, the head of the studios, they don't always have your best interest at heart. Even on Godfather, when he sent Tom Hagen out to California to do that gig so Johnny can get that part. You gotta, if you look at the deleted scenes, he saw that producer molesting little 12-year-old girls at the behest of their mother. I'll let you play with my daughter if she's gonna be a star in that movie. That has been a thing. When did The Godfather come out? And then if you look at the storyline in The Godfather, that was in the 1940s. You dig what I'm saying? Like that's a thing. That's been the devil's playground. So the more we try to control things and keep them the same, the further away from the flow of life we ourselves we get. Change, sometimes it kind of, it could be scary. It means surrendering to the unknown of being in the in between. You know, my child don't belong in between the sheets with no radio exec or record exec or head of the studio, a parental figure. And these people have kids of their own. They dare not. They would flip the lid with all the expensive lawyers to if someone even thought about molesting their child. Although some of them might think it's a normal thing. It's how I grew up. So it's normal. They try to teach it. So you got some parents in here, and I'm getting intuitively, some parents coerce their children into thinking it's normal. If it happens to you, this is how I got by. It's how the drugs come in, because somebody birthed a spiritual child, but he was birthed into the devil's playpen. So he got to experience too many weird and wicked, twisted, dumb shit. Dumb shit. Let me pray. Our rap. Forgive our sins and excesses, establish our feet firmly, and give us victory over the unbelievers. Amen. So number 3, ayat number 147. I feel like you as a person, you grew up spiritually, you grew up being aware. Like, you one of them people, this don't just happen in Hollywood. This happens in the hood. This happens in the suburbs. This happens in Hollywood. It's just a devil's playground outside of the realm of God. And then you start, this is somebody who probably birth, you probably have children. You got a golden child or a child you notice is gifted, and it's like, it's my passion to see my baby be all he or she can be. But now it's like you got a discernment. You got to use that discernment. I can't take my baby to Hollywood. They're going to try to molest my baby. Or make the parent, convince the parent. How do you, it just makes you wonder, how do you convince the parent that your child is safe with me than they are with you? Is it greed or is it thirst or what the fuck is going on? Like, I got to cuss in this one because all these child stars coming out all demented and groomed and doing all these weird sexual acts with these grown ass old ass people, and it's strange to me. Every so often there's a predator that's being taken down, that's in the spotlight, that was promised fame and fortune, that has the fame and fortune. Nonetheless, they were the same victim as the people they victimized, right? Like R. Kelly at that time. He was victimized. He was molested by his sister. He couldn't even go tell his mother that because his mother didn't want to hear it. His mother brushed it off. I'm pretty sure the same thing happened to Diddy somewhere along the lines. And he grew up it went undealt with, so it just manifested into something else. So where they turned into the predator. Hold on, guys. I say all that to say, somebody's wondering, now that you're like, you managed to get away. You could be a golden child that managed to escape the odds. You beat the odds about something. You got a hell of a lot of discernment, which would be like common sense in a sense of, and a heightened intuition. So how are you surviving in that jungle by yourself? And then the essence, adding to that, you could be somebody who's catering to their inner child. You went an entirely different way where you ran away. You could be a runaway person or known for to be a runaway child or been running away since you were a child. You have that essence of escapism about yourself, whether it be mental, spiritual, or actually physical runaway type of person. So you grew up to be somebody who really just practiced discernment, but it looked like you just run away from everything or run away from accountability. It just looks a certain type of way. Discernment. There's something about the seasons though, the cycles of life and transition, and it's like we're not meant to stay the same. Relationships are not meant to stay the same. Life isn't meant to stay the same. Nothing on this planet is meant to stay the same. And the seasons teach us that. Night and day teach us that. Time and age teach us that. Birth and death teach us that. You're not going to return to the same place or person and expect things to be as they are, as they were, right? For everything and everyone, everything is constantly evolving. Nothing is static. So maybe somebody's curious about what's different about you now, or people are noticing what is different about you now. Somebody realized they couldn't control you. Someone realized the seasons definitely changed with you, or you realizing this about some people or someone. Someone is actually hoping the seasons change with you, maybe by way of forgiveness, or maybe by way of I hope we can get to a more common ground or a better space, or I hope we could be in the same room without scratching and clawing at each other. I hope. But the big lesson is discernment. Okay? People who may show up as your biggest supporters are not what they seem. The moral of it all is so you could be relaxing and meditating or doing something. I feel like you're pondering on a big decision for yourself and or your children, if you have children, or just what you needed to do to cater to that inner child to grow up from past a certain point where you might have become stagnant. I could be speaking to somebody who maybe is a recovering addict if they're not an active addict. It's like, where do I start? How do I establish firm boundaries? Or just figuring out where you need to establish better boundaries as you trust the seasons. Okay, so I put all that nonsense down. I put all that poison down that I use it to suppress. A lot of people use these things, these narcotics, the alcohol, anything, people, places, things to suppress things that they couldn't fathom what they was getting themselves into and realize they were groomed like that since a child. But I like that we went from the 5 of Wands to the 7 of Wands, where you're blocking out that kind of shit. You know what tarot deck I want to use? I don't know what tarot deck I want to use. Um, so about this new journey. I do have cards laid out too, and I was like pondering it, so I decided to record that. And now I'm adding further amplifying it. Seasons change, people change. So maybe somebody wants to come to you and they expect and they're hoping you're not on that same shit, or you're hoping they're not on that same shit, whatever that means. I tell you, someone's very depressed in your absence, or hoping you're depressed in their absence, or they're wondering, is this person depressed based on their actions? Maybe somebody think you exploded. Your issues have exploded into something else. You got the death of transformation. What changed for you? What's the attitude? The Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. On one hand, there's been an ego death, but on the other hand, death to who this person used to be. In the same breath, somebody saying death to you, bitch, with this Eight of Swords. Right here. This Eight of Swords is the overall tone, that negative ass mindset that somebody got. So somebody's going from saying death to you, bitch, to there being an ego death in regards to it wasn't even it's about what I need to protect myself from, which was being an empty vessel for entities to come in and steal the show. Somebody understands religion better through your actions. If you ever was trying to teach it. 4 of Pentacles. Stingy hearted, real stubborn, real possessive, holding things in their chest like it don't hurt. That has to stop. That had to stop. So that Five of Cups and the Seven of Wands. That Five of Cups fell sideways. You don't know if this person is you up and down with it. Somebody's in and like up and down about what their perception of this is. Depression. I don't know what it is, or somebody's just unnaturally, just chemically imbalanced at this point with the Five of Cups. At this point, because it went undealt with for so long. Seven of Wands is here again. First of all, your opinion is irrelevant. For somebody, their opinions are irrelevant. They are just that. They're not facts. The Eight of Pentacles. Second of all, it takes work to bypass depression, being in a negative headspace. That takes work. So this Eight of Swords is progressing to an Eight of Pentacles. You're getting, just take care of yourself. That takes that you got to work on yourself every day. That's not a vacation. That's not something you can take a vacation from. You can't deal with the shit when you don't feel like it. Oh, today is easier to deal with it today, but tomorrow is difficult. How did you bypass all of that? Because those are ways that you were groomed. Those are in the ways you were groomed to feel like you have to do that. It's almost an Ace of Cups. But you got two more swords. You got a decision. You got a decision to make. Even this World card came out sideways, and so did this Three of Wands. This is a sick heart, and it's stagnancy. Somebody still may be trying to justify stagnancy and why they are the way they are. Those three cards came out this way. And the Hangman is to justify it. It's like, you obviously know right from wrong. Why you're not doing it. Patience to the side. You can ask for an opportunity, and then when it's presented to you, you may not be ready. You're still battling different stuff. It's a mindset, because what's the Eight of, what separates the Eight of Swords from the Ten of Swords is the two swords. That indecision is that confusion, that the indecisiveness is. I can't make a decision. I can't. If you're gonna make a decision, stick with it one way or another. And there's a stubbornness that's preventing that from happening with the Four of Pentacles. And then when somebody try to help you, you get into that Seven of Wands energy. And then some days are better than others. Like, you keep working, but what are you trying to accomplish? What is that? The Hierophant. The reason I go in and out like that is the higher ups. This Hierophant is the government officials. Or a higher up, like I just explained, the head of the studio, the executive producer. They tricked me out of something, out of my wits, my common sense. With this Eight of Swords, you don't know who you can trust. Hence the discernment. You see how she's blindfolded with her eyes? Now you see what you want to see, because her hands are totally free. Whenever you see the Eight of Swords in a traditional deck, it's just their eyes that is covered, but their hands can obviously remove the blindfold. What are you really blinded by? Like, what's being promised to you? Is it conducive for your spiritual evolution with the Death card? Or are you sacrificing your soul for some kind of small price? Meanwhile, that Ace of Cups is over on the side somewhere. I ask for guidance, and then I go do something else. And then you got the Hierophant here that's smack in the middle, which can represent the Most High and the opportunities he wants to give you with the Ace of Cups. Meanwhile, you're sitting there acting like you're more stuck than you actually are. This is similar to that Eight of Swords, that negative ass attitude. With his feet being tied but his hands are free, you very much have the ability to remove yourself from what you claim has a bigger hold on you than it actually does. This is talking about somebody's laziness and somebody's ratchetness, because the cycle can be over when you want it to. You might get a little bit of success and be comfortable with that and just dip back into what you like to do, and then maybe act victimized with the Five of Cups. And then the Three of Wands. It's like I'll patiently get enough for what I'm craving, and then I'll stop. You got away from a lot of congratulations. You know what? Round of applause for somebody who escaped all this never ending, this a vicious cycle. Somebody puts themselves through. You went a different way with the Page of Pentacles. You've seen this since you were a child. And then in other news, you got somebody who is not lying to themselves anymore. You're no longer putting yourself in this competition with your old self. So if you used to be a size 2 to a 4, for example, now you're a size 6 to an 8. You're not driving yourself and saying this shirt still fit the same as it did when I was a 2 to a 4. Don't laugh at me neither. I got that very clearly. So let's practice common sense. Like you gain some weight. If you don't like it, change it. Something about married life got me settled. Or this career move got me settled. So I'm making every excuse in the world. What got you comfortable like that? Something is long standing. It got you comfortable like that. It's an institutionalized mind. It's what got you settled like that with the Eight of Swords. That's got to change. That's got to change because it's no longer conducive for your overall well-being. Whether the doctor's telling you that with the Hierophant or as God giving you warning after warning after warning, and you sit in stubbornness with that Four of Pentacles. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Stop going in the process section of with the foods that you buy. You can't eat that shit no more. You got to work on it because now you're pre-diabetic, or if you're not pre-diabetic, it's the mindset that you're starting to realize things happen for a reason. My health is not right because my mindset is wrong. The Queen of Cups. I'm telling you this because I love you and I care enough about your overall well-being. This is a nurse, empathetic and compassionate. I told you, a medical professional. Somebody wants your expertise as a medical professional. It's like, I could use your empathy and compassion now. Shuffle. Or that was the old me. I heard that. That's the thing of the past now. Somebody's jealous of the new and improved you. Use discernment. When people want to come back and see your success because you done set them boundaries, they know you to be lazy, fat, on drugs, skinny, out of your mind, listening to the wrong people, following the bad advice. Now somebody looking at you like, oh, you that bitch now. A man or a woman. All right, I'm going to pull 2 cards. But this is the Wheel of Fortune and that King of Wands. Okay, so you got some money or you got a solid foundation. You got a good thing going for you. A good thing that's going to turn the wheel in your favor. A good business strategy or business idea. And now it got you all in shape. Like you obviously like easy on the eyes as you showing up as any kind of a wand. That's sexually attractive. That's sexually attractive. I'm not going to repeat what I just heard. Somebody is nasty. Somebody is looking at you with lusty thoughts. Like, oh, you that cat's meow now. You that Leo energy now. That King of Wands. That you the star. You the zest of the show. The star of the show. The show don't start until I get there. You that cocky now. But when you was down and out, when you was going through, when people saw you going through the different cycles of life, they thought that was it for that person. It's like, oh shit, that person made a whole turnaround. They changed their life drastically with the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands, and it happened fast. That Eight of Wands. The Two of Cups. Maybe you're attracted. Everybody want to be in love with you with the star. What I say? That's a balance of energy, though. What did I say? A balance of you and a balance of spiritual guidance. Seven of Cups. You everybody's heartthrob and dream come true now with that Seven of Cups. I don't know how I can convince this person to go back to their old ways, their foolish ways. I'm threatened now. What's on the bottom? Six of Swords. You in peace. You at peace. There's no more chaos. That was me a long time ago. I put that shit down 15 years ago. I put that shit down X amount of time ago. I put that shit down 15 months ago. And that's a drastic ass change. Something about it not being that long, but the change is super drastic, which lets people know I'm procrastinating on my own shit. It don't take 3 years to lose 5 pounds. Absolutely not. And I'm not talking about water weight. I'm talking about the pounds, the parts you got to burn off and work at and do strength training to burn that fat, torch that fat. It don't take me. You might just want to lose it in your gut. You might just want to lose it in your ass or your legs, or you might want to lose it in your face. It don't take 3 years to do that shit. And this motherfucker did it in 15 months. What kind of gusto you got going on with you? With this 8 of Wands, that shit turned around super fast. I said 8 weeks. How you lose all that weight in 8 weeks in all the right areas too? Now you all trim. It's an illusion. That's somebody jealous because the 7 of Cups is illusions. They high. They on that Miami South Beach diet, that cocaine and that champagne. No, that's who they used to be. They're not that way no more. But the 5 of Wands is here. It's chaotic. Boundaries. You don't even hang with people who do that no more because you can't. You dig? Like, you gotta trust the cycles. Everybody may not understand the cycles like that because they still in that other energy. Use discernment. They may come back like they all applauding, like, where the fuck you been at? Like, you still on that shit. They gonna still come with that shit to see if you really true to what you said. But one thing I like about the king being here is they're very fixed energy. It's like, if I said I'm done, I'm done. Don't undermine me. That's a problem. So now somebody got to bite. They fighting for something because they got something to lose. Before, they might have been a little more empty spirited. They don't have nothing to lose. Now they on that wheel of fortune. You see it? You like that wordplay? They're on the wheel of fortune, not on the hamster wheel. That 6 of Swords ain't nothing to talk about. We don't have nothing to talk about. I'm at peace. You still on that South Miami Beach diet. You like me when I was chubby and fat and out of shape. Still stuck in a second childhood. Stuck on a hamster wheel. Woe to you. So what you seem to be doing now is relaxing, meditating, or doing something simple in order to set your subconscious mind free. Somebody could be a personal life path number 7. You think about what the life path number 6 is like, a lot to do with family, a lot to do with trials and tribulations that does surround like family orientation. And it's like, I'm done with all of that. I need a much needed break. Peace of mind. A peace of mind. Okay? You put yourself on a vesting schedule. I see 6 months. 6 months down to just take it easy. Relax and meditate. But use discernment though, because you got people that want to come back and destroy your optimism, or just are in that pessimistic mindset. And that 2 of Cups, like, we used to be tight as thick as thieves. We used to be. There'd be somebody who has optimism, but a distorted view of optimism. And that 2 of Cups, because they just testing the waters. Remind you, you're a king of wands, a fucking king. You're the best that ever do it. So I guess you told somebody. You told them where they stand. You're the one that's in an illusion. You're the one that's kicking up points. But you have empathy. Like, you're not, one thing about it, you have a warm heart. You're not going to put nobody down even when they don't know no better. They don't know that they coming at you wrong and being hella rude because they don't know why they jealous. They still in chaotic energy. You had to set that boundary with them. Like, don't offer me nothing that's going to distort my peace of mind with that 7 of Cups. I'm not accepting that. So you don't never have to. They don't know to stop asking you. They keep trying to reiterate, this is a better grade. I found a better quality of it. They don't understand you're on a different path now. And that 6 of Swords is you like, they're going to end up resting in peace if they don't get the fuck away from me with this shit. And ain't nobody going to know I did it neither because they going to write them off as a junkie. Listen, you don't want to look at them like that. You just going to set the boundary and just keep on going. Okay? Because that same illusion got empathetically speaking, they had a stronger hold on them. They don't have peace until they do something to suppress what's still eating away or chucking away at their spirit. And that's the thing, You got way too much to lose on that wheel of fortune, not that hamster wheel no more. And when you took the first step, God said, I got the rest. And it turned around real fast. You're in shape. And it don't have to be drugs. It could be anything that's an addiction for you. That anything that represents that seven of cups, that impairs your judgment, throws you off. Could be friends and family. Could be somebody convincing you second best to another sibling or something. Anything that was meant to mess you up or put you down. You got to remember they putting you down, not the other one. Falsely, and that don't take away from the other one. But if they putting you down, you the one that got the juice, because you on the wheel of fortune. I don't see nobody else on that wheel of fortune. And then when I think about it, the illusions you tried to feed me, y'all was never on that wheel of fortune. Who are you trying to convince? Trying to groom me? The Seven of Swords is on the back. Strategy and wit. Somebody tried to use. Somebody was stupid. Look at that Seven of Swords. It wasn't cool. They in hermit mode, trying to fuck up something for you. All right. Well, that settles that. That Two of Cups. You're attracting somebody with that Two of Cups. Somebody wants to get to know you. So you're not depressed like everybody say you are. No, I'm not in that Five of Cups energy. There's only a 5 anyway. A 5 could be changed. I think what happened was depressing. No, I'm not in that uncharted territorial state of mind where anybody could just come in for the kicking. I don't know. Somebody has a very sound mind, and the rumor mill is just that, a rumor mill. Don't believe everything you read. Because when I see the swords, I see communication. So somebody's reading something bad about you, or perceiving something that's bad. It's bad for them. It's not bad about you. Somebody projects a lot of their neuroses on you. A lot of their childish arrogance on you. Somebody was really busting their ass to take you down a different path. But even when they take you down a different path, they still can't copy your creativity. Your destiny is your destiny. So however long it takes for you to get on it, it's still yours. Can't nobody take it from you. Why? Because it came from the Most High. It's not an illusion. Oh, okay. See? A lot of chaotic shit. Somebody really wanted you out of here with that Four of Swords. They wanted you to be punked down. And Lovers is authenticity. It's still something that's concerning you and somebody else coming together. Two of Pentacles is like, I'm trying to hold it all together and I'm juggling and struggling. And it's because of that chaotic energy thrown at you. Somebody makes everybody fight with each other because they're fake. Somebody is coming to see you though. If I don't get him or her on the phone, I'm coming to see you. For what? To give me a hug. Somebody, you see how he's coming? Like, I can't stay. If I'm climbing up the pole to sneak into, not in your bedroom, but I'm sneaking up here. Give me a hug. I gotta keep going, but give me a hug. I thought about you. You showed up in my dream. I'm coming to give you a hug. And I'm gonna keep on going. Somebody is very romantic. And somebody gonna realize that, like, whew. You were somebody's teenage heartthrob, and look what was flipped over. All the cards, these was flipped over. Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, Six of Swords. You cut through a lot of bullshit, or somebody is realizing, somebody was an enemy to your progress, because you ain't know, somebody was giving you backhanded advice, messing with your head, playing in your head. They didn't really mean well for you, and you cut through all of that through prayer, something with relaxing and meditating. Okay, you cut through all the illusions with that Seven of Cups. Don't feed me nothing that's processed. I like authenticity with their Lovers. And that Six of Swords, it made y'all a real separation. You just needed to escape the odds. That's what I keep hearing. So, back to what I said. When you trust the seasons, it's trust your intuition, because that has the purple amethyst. Trust your intuition. The boundaries have the pink rose quartz. Guard your heart. Everybody don't love you like you love them. And the black obsidian, listen, that's on that chaos. Send that chaos back to the other person. When you recite Quran, we put between you and those who believe not in the hereafter. That's in my description box. That's Surah number 17, ayat number 45. So can't nobody put you in that Eight of Swords energy. They tried. That's a mental prison, making you doubt yourself, making you be negative, and you still showed up as a lover. You don't have to love them, but you are a lover. You're a lover of yourself. You're a lover of authenticity. Okay? You're a lover of mental clarity. You're appreciative because you got a lot of gifts. So you realize real quick, I got a lot to lose. Don't nobody just come at a nobody like that. So take that as it resonates. Okay? And I split the deck, the sun. You you stay happy. You're obviously more happier than them because you can think straight. You have a sound mind. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.